Okay, today we're going to make coconut oil from coconuts, can you believe it? And I've got just a little bit. We're going to make 4 coconuts. This is my little coconut horse. This has helped me husk. And then this little puppy over here is a sharp mother, and it'll make you bleed. It's a coconut scraper. It scrapes the goodie out of the coconut. So we'll get there in a minute. We'll start with husking the coconut. That's a little bit of a chore in its own right. Okay, we'll just start and do one, and then continue on to the rest of the video. Okay, we'll just crank that little husker into the husk. They have machines for this, I'm sure. And I have people that can do it a lot better than me. But I think y'all get the idea. A little bit. Coconut. Now these coconuts, see, they're a little old already. They're starting to grow. You got a little baby coming out of him. But mostly we come with that little puppy right there. And just bang it along the equator, and it likes to crack like 2 little bowls. Coconut meat. I'm probably not going to grate this side. I'll just grate this side, but this is very mature. It's still hard. It's not my favorite, but it's going to make some good oil. So I'm going to go ahead and husk the rest of these coconuts. Won't take up your time, but you see how it's done with the little husker machine here. Very high tech and all. And then when I get them all done, I'll start grating with you. Okay, see you in a minute. Okay, well, I got all my coconuts husked and dead now and chopped in half. 4 coconuts took me 12, 15 minutes, 10 minutes. I don't know. It wasn't really a big deal. I'm not the best. But here's the machine for husking. And here's the business end now for taking the meat out. Where is that? Yeah, like that. It's all going to go here in my little super bucket. This is super fantastic. Actually, it's from an old refrigerator. So I'm going to take these. I'm going to grate them up. Let's get them out of the way here for a minute. Sorry about the video. I don't have my tripod with me or nothing, so we're just making do with what we got today. But this goes just about like this. Nothing too high tech. And usually it's a little slow going just in the beginning. Seems like there's kind of like a little bit wet on the inside. But it gets going a little faster and faster as you go. You can see the grated coconut here, I think. Again, sorry folks for the quality of the video. We'll get it a little better, but you get the idea. Grated coconut. And so I'm just going to go through these. It's going to take at least 5 minutes per half, maybe 6 or 7. So I'll be about a half hour doing these 4 or so. Make me a bunch of grated coconut. And then I'm going to mix it with some hot water and strain it and get the coconut milk. Now I'm going to put it in the refrigerator in a special way and make coconut cream. Then I'm going to take that cream and I'm going to heat it gently. And I'm going to make coconut oil today. So this is the first or second part, I guess. Husk, now grate. And I'll get back to you in a moment. Okay, all right. Yep, I'm still here. This is about the 3rd coconut now. Not quite going as fast as it was when I first started. It's a lot of arm movement and work. But we're getting some coconut going on here. So you can see it's kind of a lot going on. Coconut meat. Grated coconut meat. Okay, moving along. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, it took a little over an hour to do those 4 coconuts. But I got the cream out, I mean the meat out. It's pretty much, don't be shocked when it doesn't make so much coconut oil. It make maybe out of 4 coconuts. If I get a cup of oil, I'd be like thrilled, probably a half a cup. And here's like the leftover shells. So I'm gonna take these out to the field, let the ants eat the insides out, and then we'll make coconut bowls out of those a little later. So I'm gonna take this cream inside this meat inside right now, and we're gonna make coconut milk and let that settle and make cream from that, and then oil from the cream. Okay, you'll see it all. Okay, so we've got the coconut meat. It's pretty much in here. 4 coconuts. Like I say, it took about an hour to grate it, 15 minutes to husk the coconuts. And now we're going to take some hot water here. By the way, my water is purified by reverse osmosis. I'm out in the middle of nowhere in Hawaii, so I have a big water catchment outside. Catches water from the roof. And I have like a seamless gutter, goes over there and catches water in the catchment. And then purifies it through, I have a huge filter outside, and then come through a reverse osmosis system. So I'm heating the water. It's just about hot right here. I'm going to pour it into the coconut meat. Just mix it up by hand. I'll wash my hands again. I washed them already, but it's got an electric hot water heater, runs off the solar panels. So that's pretty dialed in, and the wastewater goes into a cesspool. It was dug by a big backhoe with dynamite and rock. We have a volcano here, a volcanic rock here, so it all just trickles out. All right, so I'm gonna take this water. It's probably as hot as I could stand with my hands to work with my hands. Okay. We just work that coconut. Work that coconut. I don't know if you can see exactly, but you know, just squishy, squish, squishy, squish. Squishing the goodie out of the coconut meat. Then we're gonna pour it into this strainer and strain out the milk. Then I'm gonna repeat it. As a matter of fact, now that reminds me, I'm gonna go ahead and get the second batch of hot water or warm water. It's a delicate balance because you want it as hot as possible, but not hotter than you can put your hand into. Can you believe it? I guess I should shave for these videos and stuff, but oh well. Not so much people out here. I'm in quarantine right now. Just got over here from the mainland and about 6 days ago, and you may have heard there's a 2-week mandatory quarantine. So I'm just up here on the hill by myself, and I bought a bunch of food, but I have jackfruit, and I have banana, and I have coconut, and I have some little pumpkins. Like this, and I showed you the jackfruit the other day. I have a bunch of bananas outside. I mean, I have a huge stalk of bananas, so I bought some meat and stuff. No, I'm not vegetarian. I have fish, I got eggs, jackfruit. So anyways, I got food for a couple weeks. It'll go. I made some rice yesterday in the solar oven, and I made hummus with jackfruit yesterday. I took the from jackfruit seeds. I took the jackfruit seeds. I made a video so you can take a look at that too. That's a pretty cool video. Took the jackfruit seeds, boiled them for a little while, and then blended them with some lemon juice, hot pepper, salt, and olive oil, and made hummus. That was dinner. That was really good. Okay, we'll get that going. So this is probably squishy squish just about enough to start going through the strainer. Again, I'm going to put it through the strainer, get the first wash through, and then I'm going to wash it again, put it through the strainer, and I'm going to take all that and I'm going to put it in a baggie or two. Probably going to be 2 baggies actually. At least one of them is going to go inside this this Tupperware so that it stands up straight in there. And then the cream, I'll put it in the refrigerator, and the cream's going to settle to the top. And we're going to take the cream off. Okay, so, all right, so here we go, a little bit at a time, or a lot at a time, I don't know. Squishy, squishy, squishy. Don't have to be so careful with the little crumbs falling in and little pieces and parts, whatever, because it's all going to settle out. And when the cream settles to the top, it's not going to take any of that stuff with it, not really. You have to be a little careful with that screen. It'll abrade your fingers pretty. Well, I think you kind of get the picture. I'm going to work through this. I'm about halfway through it already. I'm going to work through it, squish it out. I'm going to heat up that water. I'm going to do the exact same thing again. It's going to result in probably, that's 2 quarts, about a gallon of coconut milk. And again, we're going to put that in the refrigerator and let the cream settle out. So I'll see you in just a minute. Okay. I soaked all the goodie out of here. I squished it all and strained it. And I got this much. It's pretty much, it's not really all going to fit in a gallon bag, but I'd like to get as much as I can in this gallon bag, because I'm going to fill this gallon bag with the liquid, with the milk, and then the cream's going to settle to the top. And you can imagine I'm going to cut this little corner off, let all the watery stuff out, and then I'm going to save the cream. Then I'm going to take the cream and I'm going to cook it. So this helps kind of keep the bag upright, and it kind of works well for me. So I'll get as much in there as possible, but I don't think it's all going to go. So. I could pull a Gordon Ramsay and make this a big show, but it's not quite like that. Pretty nuts and bolts stuff, I guess. Actually. But I can do some Gordon Ramsay stuff. I don't know what that is, but my kids liked it pretty much when they were younger. They still like it. Let this all settle. I might have to do it in 2 stages. I don't know. We'll see. It's getting close. Almost all going to fit in there. And in great Andy style, you know. I'm going to force it in there. It'll take a little more. And pretty close, kids. Pretty darn close. Okay, so, well, I can't see exactly, but it's all in there, except for, well, I don't know what I'm going to do with this milk. I'll probably use it, just chill it and use it in my coffee, something like that, something fun. So, I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it in the fridge, and then we'll come back to this in a couple hours, 3 hours, something like that, when it's had a chance to. Oh yeah, chill and separate. Okay, well, just as a little side note, waiting for the milk to turn to cream, I took that extra cup of coconut milk, not cream yet. I have this sugarcane juice that I evaporated out, and it's a little bit, not really syrup, but it's thick coconut sugar juice. I got these cacao beans.
that I got, and that have been fermented and dried, and I grinded them up, and I'm gonna mix them up together, and I'm gonna put them in this ice cube tray, and I'm gonna make like a chocolate milk, and then I'm gonna freeze it, and I'll have a little goodie tonight. What's that sound like? Pretty good, right? Okay, it's been not that long, a couple hours maybe. I'm gonna pull that coconut milk out of the fridge. It sure seems to have separated just fine, so that's pretty good. Not quite sure how unruly this is going to be to handle, so wish me luck. See how we got the cream on top, and then there's the water on the bottom. If I had a good pair of scissors, it'd be better. Hopefully you can see it's all coming down now. Yep, somebody's gonna have to do some little magic right at the end here. I don't like to use my teeth for much, but there you have it, folks. The rest is all cream. So I'd love to put it in a couple glasses and see how much I got here, but it's too valuable. And I don't want to spill any. Thank you so much. Well, there you have it, folks. Not terrible. Tolerable loss, I guess. Not my favorite. Don't know how that slipped away. Okay, now set this on the stove, and here we go. I don't know exactly what happens here, but I know it has to do with curds and whey. I'm going to heat this. Yes, we are. And it's going to do some coconut oil magic. Boop, 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 boop. So it's going to take a little while. I'll come back and get you as soon as it starts boiling and some magic happens. But curds and whey and oil, I don't know. Okay, well, it's starting to kind of boil and bubble, toil and trouble a little bit. I know it takes a little time right now, so I probably just run a little speeded up version and get to the goodie. See you on the other side. Okay, you can start to see it starting to separate oil and the curds. Curds, whey, curds, I guess. See it start to separate here. So now the oil is going to start just like kind of cooking out the curds, and it's just going to be curds and oil, and it's starting to separate real nice right now. Okay, you can really see it cooking out the curds right now. Just got to cook out the last bit of moisture out of the curds. It's kind of a delicate little time, you know. I hate to cook away the coconut oil, but you can't do it until you get the water out of the curds, otherwise they won't be able to pour the oil off without, you know, separately. So pretty exciting right now. That's the oil on the side there. and the curds separating. And they'll be brown in just a minute and done. And then I'm going to get my strainer. I'm going to strain it into these little, I don't know what they are, 1 cup jars. Yeah, pretty exciting times. I'll be back. Okay, well, it's getting pretty close. I'm going to pour off some of this oil right now. And we'll see how this goes. Nice and cheesy. No acceptable losses. I'm not the best. But it was in a cup, in a bowl. I was pretty close. I got a pint so far. I mean a cup. That's awesome. Awesome. It's more than I thought I would get already. So maybe that's not a cup. Probably more like 6 ounces. So I'll have to look on the jar. Yeah, spilled a little here, spilled a little there. Not terrible. Collateral damage. Acceptable losses. Now I am going to have to cook these curds for a little bit. Take the last little bit out of there. Let's see. I don't know what size this is. Sorry. This is the number 30, number 35, but we'll have to get to that. But cooking out the last little bit of curds. Don't like those curds. No, we don't. We like the oil. Yes, we do. Okay, get back to you in just a moment. Okay, well, pretty cool. There's the oil. I guess those are 4-ounce jars each. So it's about probably about 6 ounces because one's pretty full and one's got a little bit in it. So maybe 5 or 6 ounces of coconut oil from 4 coconuts. So what does that tell us? I don't know, but it's awesome smelling. It smells like toasted coconut. Had some on my hands, put it in my hair, on my face. You know how it goes, so you can't help yourself. All right, hope you enjoyed watching. That was a lot of fun. Thanks. Bye.